Welcome to part 3 of the Ratchet and Clank Let's Play. So, for now we are done with Kerwan, and all we really need to get is the swing shot. I haven't recorded these parts in a while yet, at least in a while. But since we are sort of done with Kerwan, we have to go to our other planet that we also got, well, information on Novalis, which is planet Iridia. Which some may consider to be level 3, some may consider to be level 2. Which is actually really cool because you can, there's still a set order of planets you need to go to, obviously, for the sake of the story. But at least with some of the choices, like, you at least have some choice. Like, you can either go here or you can either go there. It makes the game feel non-linear, in a way. And you know what? I'm always up for that. I am definitely always up for that. But anywho, guess who we get to meet? Skid McMarks.
It's him, Skid McMarks.
That man from the infobot.
In the flesh, little dude. You guys get a load of that epic space battle I was in?
We saw ya, screaming for help.
That was like a war cry. My agent and I got ambushed on the way to hoverboard practice.
Did he survive the crash, sir?
He's okay, but I've had a little trouble getting back to my ship due to my sprained ankle.
Oh, come on.
If you can take out all the sand sharks, I just might have a spare hoverboard for you.
We'd love to help you, Mr. McMarks, but Ratchet and I need to find Captain...
One of your boards? I've always wanted a decent hoverboard. Well, alright. You just keep that foot elevated.
Okay, you guys might not see this, but what happened during the cutscene that just played, well, in the original take, it just cut in the middle of the cutscene. I had no idea why it did that. Oh god, I'll have to edit that over somehow. Oh, maybe I'll ask the guys over in YouTube land and see if they can supply me with the cutscene I need. At least a clean version. I don't understand, like, it seems almost every Let's Play that I do, there's always some sort of issue. Whether it be sound or video. God, really? Why do you do this to me? Elgato, why do you do this to me? So anyway, folks, as for this part right here, all we really need to do is clean out the sand sharks. And this, in my opinion, well, first off, we have this gold bolt, which you can easily access with your bomb glove, similar to how we got that one gold bolt in Novalis. So with all that being said and done, yeah. But going back to the sand sharks, in terms of the weapon, actually, this is where the Pyrocitor really shines. And because with the Pyrocitor, you can kill most of these sand sharks with, actually, you can pretty much kill the sand sharks in one hit. Even the even like the pods that they come from, you can also kill in one hit, just like that. And you get a crap load of bolts. So that's good. Let's see. But that's really all you're doing here for the most part. It's a simple task, it's only the beginning of the game, so I'll let it slide. It's nothing too bad, at least. Anyway, go down here, collect all the bolts. I can collect all these wonderful bolts down here. Here, obviously, now the reason why I say that bolts aren't as easy to come by, if only because, compared to later games anyway, it's because, while bolts are easy to come by, well, it's easy enough, here's the thing, later games would have something like gladiator challenges or hoverbike racing. Well, there is hoverboard racing, but I'll talk about that when I get to it. God damn, is it a pain in the ass. But in terms of, like, you know, other means to get bolts, well, there really isn't really any other way. Well, besides a certain glitch, of course. So yeah, you pretty much have to scrounge up every last bolt you can get. Because trust me when I say this, you're gonna need it.
Here, man. Catch.
A brand new Z3000. You can't even buy these.
Well, I got a bail. Catch you dudes at the hoverboard races. That was pretty awesome. Thanks for your help. Here's your hoverboard.
Whoa, and it's autographed. To Ratchet and Clank, the chillest dudes I've ever hung out with on a hostile alien planet. Cool.
Oh yeah, speaking of hoverboards, we got a, well, hoverboard. Here, well, again, I'm not going to be talking about the hoverboard racing until I get to it. But, oof, God, is it bad. And, like, I hate the hoverboarding races so much. So anyway, we have these, I think I discussed this last part, but I'll discuss it here. Here we have these TNT crates, which work similarly to how they did in the Crash Bandicoot series, only if you so much touch it, then it'll go off. Other than that though, it's pretty much the same principles. You touch it, it counts down, you run away. And if you don't run away, well, why didn't you run away? It's a freaking explosion. Or a freaking tank. It's a freaking tank crate. Tank crate. It's a freaking explosive box. And I wouldn't understand why you wouldn't run away from it. So anyhow, we got our pistol. Well, finally, after like 3 or 4 levels in, and we have, okay, yeah, we have our pistol. Oh, which, now the pistol is actually pretty self-explanatory. It's definitely one of the better weapons you can get as well. Well, in fact, a lot of the starting weapons are pretty good, but I don't think there's like a time period. There's like a time period where the weapons are a bit, how should I put it, useless. It's particularly one weapon, but other than that, I mean, there's some use to other weapons as well. But particularly, there's one such as the Mind Glove, which I'll discuss it when I get to it. And as far as the enemies go, we have not only sand sharks, but these guys with their own pyrocitors, well, actually just flamethrowers. You can either just shoot them safely from a distance, or you can give them the good old overhead swing, which counts as 2 swipes. I wouldn't recommend you spam it, but I do recommend that you at least use it a lot. Again, not spam, but use it often. So anyway, here we have this little construction site area in Iridia. We have a swing shot, another swing shot course, and this is actually where a skill point takes place. I tried to make a cool landing there, but I failed miserably. There's a skill point that you can get in this area by simply swinging onto all the targets without touching the ground. It's only in a certain area though, like it's not here, but a little bit later. It's a little bit later on. It's a good thing I held back on the analog stick, otherwise I guess I would have overshot the jump. But yeah, you can swing, well, without touching the ground though, as I demonstrated there. Let's see. Oh crap. Don't you hate it when you just want to say something, but then you get sidetracked by another thing that you also have to say, and then you just suddenly forget what you need to say? That happens to me a lot. Alright, well, at least at this point, we are coming up to our area, the skill point right here. This is the room right here. So what you need to do is well, obviously you don't need to aim, jump, and swing. And this skill point is really easy. All you really need to do is jump, swing, and booyah, earned a skill point. Not that hard of a skill point, but again, I'm not showing them all off, for obvious reasons.
Yes.
So anyway, we also have our staple we also have another staple that's actually as far back as the first game, is hacking, computer hacking. And you know, I can't help to feel that Sly and Ratchet also have something in common. Well, at least one thing, which is the hacking minigames. But in Ratchet and Clank's case, it's more different with each game. Like, it's a different hacking minigame with each, well, game. I mean, Sly 1 had a different hacking minigame as well as Sly 4, but 2 and 3 shared the same hacking minigame. Only 3 added a bit more, well, things you can do. So anyway, but since this is the first trespassing minigame, this is obviously going to be a little primitive, despite the fact that at the remake, it comes back with a, let's just say, with that sort of hacking minigame. But all you really need to do is to like point the lights at the well, points. Just aim the lights at the points on the ring. And you can switch with, you can rotate the lights with the by rotating the left analog stick left and right, and you can switch layers. Well, you can switch rings between. Well, you can obviously just switch rings with by either moving left, up or down on the analog stick. Similar to how I feel with the jet ski in Uncharted 1, and is that the hacking minigames in Ratchet 1 start off okay at first, but then it becomes a pain in the ass later. Because later on you're gonna have blockers, and it's not fun. It's not a fun thing to sit through. Well, it might be fun to some, but considering someone who has ADHD, particularly me, it's a bit time-consuming. I'm surprised well, then again, these TNT crates are spread apart, so they obviously want to make a chain reaction. And that's demonstrating the overhead swing, ladies and gentlemen. And definitely the most powerful swing you can do with your wrench. And obviously, again, don't spam, but at least use it often. I said this before in the same part, but I might as well just say it again. Planet Iridia as a whole, it's an okay level. Well, I mean, it is a bit dull, but I don't know. Iridia honestly isn't really that interesting of a planet. And I think I'll just leave it at that. In all honesty, not even the remake makes it different. I mean, granted, the PS4 remake of Ratchet and Clank is freaking beautiful. And it does better in the gameplay department, but I don't know. In terms of other stuff, I think it's a little inferior. But I won't get into that. But I'll save that discussion for later in the Let's Play. That would probably be a good idea. Like Ratchet's character, for example. Which fellow Ratchet fans would know how Ratchet's character differs.
No signal whatsoever. This downtime is killing me.
Do you need medical attention, sir?
Don't be so literal, son. The problem is I'm stranded on this backwater planet and my star client is nowhere to be found.
Hey, we saw you on that info bot. You're Skid's agent.
Was Skid's agent. Haven't seen him since our ship crashed. And an agent without a client is like a flea without a dog. Say, you look like an athletic kid. If you can bring back the championship prize from the hoverboard races in Blackwater City, I'll make you my next star.
We have no time for trivial matters, sir.
I could be the next Skid McMarks.
As I was saying, although the cutscene did kind of demonstrate it a little bit already, fellow Ratchet fans would know just how different Ratchet is in character between the original PlayStation 2 version of this game and the PlayStation 4 remake. well, reboot anyway. All I can say so far, at least in a nutshell, is that in the original PS2 version, Ratchet's sort of a dick. While in the PS4 remake, it's more of a... how should I put it? Ratchet's more of a Boy Scout. You know, honestly... which... at least for the latter, a part of me doesn't... I don't really like that in all honesty, but again, I'll get into that a little later. At least a little later on into the Let's Play. So... well, this is only part 3, ladies and gentlemen. Despite having technical issues already. Oh, God. So anyway, folks, that is it for part 3. And so far we are done with Planet Iridia. And the next time we meet in part 4, we're gonna be completing the rest of Kirwan, Metropolis. I'm GameMan5804. See you all then.